What's up, guys? I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, subscribe. If you're interested in getting to know me a little better and growing with me, give me a try. Hit that notification bell. You know the drill. If you're not new, if you're a subscriber, thank you. You're the engine of this channel. It wouldn't be around if it weren't for you. So appreciate it. You know the things. Give the video a thumbs up. You know the drill. Anyway, I'm back today with another just kind of a chit chat video. It's kind of early in the morning, so I'm still waking up, so you'll have to kind of bear with me. But I just want to get on and let you know that here in the next few months, I'm going to be relocating to another area, totally new area. I've been here. I like this area. It's been a good place. I've been here a couple years. I feel safe. I feel kind of at home, so it's going to be kind of hard to leave. But we got this house. You know, it's on an acre, so it's not the biggest, but definitely not the worst either. But anyway, the reason I'm relocating is I told you in the last video that I am getting remarried here in the spring, which here it's winter and we're having a extremely bad winter. We just got another few inches of snow overnight, and it's buried. Over the weekend, I got both my vehicles stuck, my van and my Avalanche, both stuck in the driveway. I got kind of a long driveway, and it's kind of hard to shovel, so I just kind of try and plow through. Occasionally, the neighbor will come through with a plow, but he didn't the last big storm we had, so I kind of got them both stuck in the driveway, and I had to dig them out. And I'd like to say that's the reason I'm leaving. I'm not a big fan of the big heavy snow. I don't mind a little bit of snow, but big heavy snow, yeah, I don't like that. And it kind of got me thinking. For one, I'm the real reason I'm relocating is because my soon-to-be wife has some doctor's appointments, some specialty doctors, and out in the city, and I'm about 3.5 hours away from the nearest city. So, and one of them she has to go every month, and originally we thought that she could make that drive once a month. You know, it's not that far of a drive for once a month, so all her family's out there, all my family's out there, so we figured, once a month we'll take a drive out there, and she can spend a week and get all her doctor's appointments done. But we then found out that she was doing one virtually, and that one was weekly. But we soon found out that she got a new insurance, and it won't cover that one virtually, so she has to go in person, and we can't make a 3.5 hour drive weekly, especially in the weather in the mountains that we have, because we have to go over the top of another mountain to get there, and it sometimes can be very difficult to drive in. So we decided that sell the house and find another one somewhere else, a little closer to town, a little closer to the city. I don't like the idea. I like being out here. I like this town. It's kind of a farming town. A lot of farmers out here, and probably feel kind of safe. Like maybe I'd say at minimum 9 out of 10 houses you try and break into is gonna have guns in there, and they're not afraid to use them. So do a lot of hunting, a lot of shooting, a lot of So you feel kind of safe here, and it's kind of a smaller town. There's not a lot of commotion. There's I mean, I'm not out in the woods, where there's like no one. It's not like out in the urban, mountains where there's just like, no one. It's a small city, but it's a very small city. So, but we're going to be heading up there. We're going to be relocating to a place. We're going to stay, we'll probably find a place to rent until we find the area that we like. There's a few areas out there that are closer to the city, but still kind of out there that, maybe we can find a little bit of a place with a nice house and on some, a little bit. We found one place that has 6 acres, but I don't know, we might lose out on that one because I'm still a few months out, and it could be gone by then. If it's still available, heck yeah, 6 acres is far better than 1 acre as far as doing doing the homesteading things. But as a prepper, which I don't consider. I mean, I try to consider myself a prepper, but I'm very lightweight, light duty right now. I haven't been doing it for very long. I'm still kind of a newbie, so I've got a long way to go. But they say to move out of the cities, out of the big cities, out of the big urban areas, try and get out. So I still want to be as kind of as far away from that as possible. But, and somewhere that hopefully doesn't get the big bad storms. I mean, it doesn't happen very often here. The longtime locals said it only happens a few years. Once every 5 to 10 years, we get the big bad storms. But it also made me think about if something were to happen, SHTF, whatever you want to call it, happened in this weather, we'd be done. There's no way we could walk in this. We can barely drive in it. I can barely drive. I can drive in it. The avalanche does pretty good once I get it out of the driveway that hasn't been plowed. But I mean, I was even in 4 low and I was stuck. And like I said, I only have an acre, so my driveway is not like that long, and it was like stuck in my driveway. I got the van stuck, and then trying to get out of the way to get the avalanche out, I couldn't even get the avalanche out. It was like 10 feet and it was stuck. So that's part of what's making it less hard to leave. But I like my neighbors. I like everyone. I like the people. I've started to grow with some of these people that they took me in. They've helped me out a lot. They do things for me. We go camping a lot together. We go boating a lot together. We do a lot of that kind of stuff together. And they're really, the place is starting to grow on me. But so it's kind of sad to leave. Sorry, like I said, it's early in the morning. My eyes are still waking up. But it's, it is what it is. Life goes on, and I am kind of in the religious thing. I do believe in God, Jesus, and all that. I do go to church, and I just feel like maybe it's Spirit telling me that it's time to move on for some reason. I know I was brought here for a reason. After my wife died, we went around. We moved back to the big city, and I realized shortly after that why I left the big city. And when we were up there, we were living in a little 2-bedroom apartment, just me and the boys. And we thought we were in a pretty, we were out about as far out of the big city as we could be. We were like right next to like you go any more to the west and there was nothing. And we were kind of out a little way. So we thought we were in kind of a safe neighborhood, but there was a shooting right outside our door. Nobody died. Somebody got shot in the leg or something. I don't know if it was, I don't know a lot of the details, but there was a shooting it was like right outside our apartment door. We were on the 2nd floor, and there was like this big, right out our back door, there was a big field, and right out there was a shooting. So that kind of was a big factor. And then also there was about a mile away from my work, there was a shootout where they were shooting at each other, and I know at least a few people died in that one, and I don't know what happened after that, but there was a shootout. It was just like a mile from my work. Granted, I didn't work in the best area, but still, plus, it's a normal 15-20 minute drive, what it should be, sitting in traffic for an hour trying to get home, and it was a joke. And those are some of the reasons I left the big city. And I just didn't like dealing with the crime right there by my house, and the stupidity of people, and the sitting in traffic for an hour just trying to get home. And by the time you get home, you're done. You don't want to make dinner. Because me being a single father at the time, I didn't really have a whole lot a whole lot of help. You know, my family, they kept telling me they would help me if I moved back to the city, and they did. But they have their own lives, so they can't just be there all the time to make dinner for me because I had an hour sitting in traffic to get home. So it was kind of and it really took a lot out of me. And when we moved here, it was kind of like I mean, I still had that same burden, the same come home, cook dinner, cook, but it wasn't like, I haven't had to worry too much about shootings. I haven't had to worry about, you know, a long sit in traffic drive home. 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, I'm home. On a bad day, it's like 15 minutes. So it's not that bad. So it takes a little bit of ease off of me. I'm not getting any younger, and my body's feeling it definitely after working so much, and like this last weekend, I'm not, I usually kind of rest up a little bit on Sundays. Sundays is my rest day usually, and after having to dig myself out of the snow, it was a little strenuous on me physically to get out there and to do that, because it's like, I'm just not used to that, and it really took a lot out of me. And yesterday I was kind of having a rough day because there was a car at work that was fighting me, and it was just like but but that happens. I mean, I'm not trying to, not trying to say anything. You got to work. You got to do what you got to do. If you got to dig yourself out, you got to dig yourself out. But anyway, yep. I'm just wanted to get on and let you guys know that here in the next few months, I'm gonna be relocating, and so we're probably gonna find a place to rent at first, because I can't really, I'm not exactly well off, so I gotta, I don't have any sponsors. I just have my job, so I gotta get this house sold before I can technically buy another house. So I might have to, like I said, might have to rent a house or rent a place in the city there for a little bit while I'm working and getting this house sold, and then I can find a place. There are a few places out there that kind of smaller, kind of like where I'm at, that are just outside of town, but not like 3.5 hours out of town. They're probably between a half hour drive out of town, which is fine. I'd even go an hour out of town. An hour drive once a week, I think we could handle that, as long as there's no major snowstorm in the mountains. And even if there is, I can drive in the snow, but I've been doing it long enough that snow doesn't really bother. Sometimes going up over the mountain does, because it gets extra bad over there. But I mean, it gets like we got here this whole winter. It can get that in a day up there. So it's, mountains are different. But around town, I can drive in the snow. Down the freeway, down, as long as there's no, like, big major storms. And here in my state, they kind of keep they're good. We get snow a lot, so they're good about keeping the roads clear. They I'm not too worried about it on a short drive. But when I got to go up over the top of a mountain, I'm not too thrilled with that idea. So, anyway, going a little long, I just wanted to again get on and just let you know that that's kind of where I stand as far as my location. I guess you could call it a strategic location. We're strategically locating. The strategy is for something different. It's not for, necessarily, as far as like the preppers would say, get out of the city, come out of her my people, leave, go up in the mountains and build yourself a homestead. I'm not quite doing that. I'm kind of, if anything, I'm going the opposite direction, which I'm not a big fan of, but it is what it is. We'll go where the spirit guides me. I think everything happens for a reason. And like I said, I was brought here for a reason. I think I've just figuring out what those reasons are, and now it's time to move on. Time to go explore other areas. So, anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to get on and just chat with you a little bit, and so let me know in the comments what you think. If you think it's a good move, bad move, you know how you feel about the snow, whatever. Just leave comments. You know, like I said, if you're new, subscribe. If anything else, you know, it costs you nothing, and it helps me out a tremendous amount in growing the channel. I do have a super thanks button down below if you feel inclined to send some super thanks over. If not, that's cool too. Just to subscribe would be fine. I appreciate it. Without the subscribers, this channel's nothing. And the more I get, the better I get. The more videos I do, the better the content. I know, like I said, the studio's not that great. I'm sitting in my office chair in my bedroom, but eventually, maybe we can find a place that has a better room set up for my videos. You know, I'd be outside in the field a little bit more. I wanted to do that, go out and review my products out in the wild. But lately, with 18 feet of snow on the ground, what it feels like, it's not quite that much. It's more like 2 feet, but it feels like 18 when you're out in it. But it's kind of hard to get out in the field and test knives and review products and stuff like that. But I'm doing my best. I'm trying. So, but yeah, like I said, subscribe. I don't have any sponsors. Everything I review, everything I do, I pay for myself. All the repairs on the Avalanche, I buy those parts myself out of my own pocket. And with what small amount of ad revenue I get from YouTube. So even just to subscribe would be fantastic. Every little bit helps. Thumbs up, comment. You know, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. And I will do my best to get that on there. If you have any questions, you know, like I said, I'm not the best YouTuber yet. But maybe one day. You know, I've got 3,400 subscribers is all. I'm not like, you know, but I'm growing. 3,400, that's a great start, you know, but I'd like to take it a little bit higher, a little bit better. I'm trying to do something new. I want to bring you guys more content, more valuable content. You know, maybe these little chats can, you know, maybe inspire you to do something for yourself or something. But like I said, I'm starting to ramble. I tend to do that sometimes. I just kind of jibber jabber and ramble. But anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. You know the things. Subscribe, like, share, comment. You know the drill. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.